sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Please don't take my sunshine away. Good morning, friends. Can you believe it is June 3rd, 2020? We've been at this online schooling for about 2.5 months. It's been a long time that we've been doing this now. We're starting to get used to it, huh? I wanted to add those videos of wildlife in my yard to my song because I've noticed that it is easiest for me to feel at peace when I'm looking out the window or I'm sitting on my front step and I just watch the nature that is all around me. I want to share with you an experience that I had long ago as a teacher in another school. The school sent all of its teachers and the staff to a class. And we went to a class that was to learn about bringing peace to yourself, to the classroom, and to the world. And at that class, we decided that there were really two most important rules in the whole entire world. Two most important rules in the whole wide world. Do you want to know what they are? Rule number 1, never ever harm a person. What do you think of that? Never harm a person. That sounds like a good rule. Rule number 2, never ever harm your environment. What do you think of that? Never harm your environment. That sounds like a good rule. Now, what does harm mean, you might ask? Harm means hurt. Never hurt a person and never hurt your environment. So, I went back to my class the next day and I told them about what we had learned. And I asked them, what does it mean if we say never harm a person? My students told me it means don't punch, don't kick, don't hit, don't call names. I said, that makes sense. What does it mean if I say never harm the environment? They said, don't throw things on the ground. Don't throw out garbage on the ground. Don't pull leaves off of trees. I thought, well, that makes sense. Don't harm the environment. Well, you know, there's an outside environment and there's an inside environment. Our classrooms are an environment, and our homes are also our environment. What sorts of things do you see in your environment? Look around. In my environment, I see tables, I see chairs, I see activities, I see furniture, couches, I see my cats, I see plants. Well, let's take a plant for example. What does it mean not to harm a plant? I asked my children at my old school that same question. They said, "Don't pull the leaves. Don't pull it out of the ground." And one child shouted, "Give it water." And I said, "Wait, give it water?" Well, if we say don't harm the plant, that means that you're not doing something. But giving the plant water, that's doing something. You're giving it something. That sounds like more than not harming it. But what happens if you don't give a plant water? And my students said, it will die. And that's right. If you don't give a plant water, that plant will die. A plant needs water, nutritious soil, and sunlight. Usually some warm air. And if a plant does not have what it needs, that plant will die. So here I have a plant, for example, and if I don't give it water, will that harm the plant? You betcha. That would harm the plant. That plant would die. To take care of the plant, to not harm the plant, I have to give the plant water. I have to give the plant sunlight. Make sure it's not in a dark closet. Give it an area where it will have some sunlight. I have to take care of this plant. So in order to not harm it, that doesn't just mean leave it alone. If I leave it alone, this plant will die. To not harm the plant, I have to take care of it. So what does that mean, my friends, about not harming other people? What if a person doesn't have food? Ever? That person would die. People need food to live, and water. If they didn't have water, they would die. So what do? We look at what we have and we make sure that there's food for everyone, right? We make sure that everyone gets clean water. In order to not harm a person, we have to actually take care of those people. We don't call them names. That would harm their feelings. But we can actually say good things to help people feel good about themselves and to help them know that they are special. We can take care of each other actively, and that is what really brings about peace in this world. I wanted to share that lesson with you. I think it's really important, and I appreciate your listening to it. And in light of that, in light of taking care of each other, I'd like to read you a story. It's actually one of the first stories that I read to my children when they were little bitty babies. And when I read it, someone had given us the book, and I cried when I read it because I thought it was such a powerful message and a powerful story. But it's a fun one too, so I think you'll really like it. Let's go outside for this story. This is Little Blue Truck by Alice Schertle. Horn went beep, engine purred, friendliest sounds you've ever heard. Little Blue Truck came down the road. Beep, said Blue to the big green toad. Toad said croak, and winked an eye when Little Blue Truck went rolling by. Sheep said baa, cow said moo, oink, said a piggy, beep, said Blue. Cluck, said a chicken, and her chick said peep, maa, said the goat. Blue said beep, neigh, said the horse. Quack, said a duck. Beep, said the friendly Little Blue Truck. Honk, yelled the dump truck, coming through. I've big important things to do. I haven't got time to pass the day with every duck along the way.
Vroom went the dump around a curve. He saw a puddle and he tried to swerve. Into the mud rolled the big fat truck, and his big important wheels got stuck. His heavy-duty dump truck tires were sunk down deep in muck and mire. Honk, cried the dump, and he sounded scared. But nobody heard, or nobody cared. Then into the mud, bump, 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 came the little blue truck to help the dump. Little Blue pushed with all his might. Now Blue and the dump were both stuck tight. Help, 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 cried the little blue truck. Beep, 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 I'm stuck, I'm stuck. Everybody heard that beep, beep, beep. The cow came running with the pig and the sheep. Up at a gallop ran the big brown horse. Goat jumped over the fence, of course. The hen came flapping with the chick and the duck, and everybody pushed the little blue truck. Head to head and rump to rump, they all pushed Blue, who pushed the dump. They couldn't quite budge that heavy load. Then who hopped up but the big green toad? All together, 1, 2, 3. One last push, and the trucks were free. Thanks, little brother, said the dump to Blue. You helped me, and they helped you. Now I see, a lot depends on a helping hand from a few good friends. Beep, said Blue. Who wants a ride? Everybody scrambled to jump inside. Oink, quack, baa. Moo, cluck, beep. Neigh, croak, ma. Beep, beep, beep. The end.
So here's an activity that I like to do that you can do too, probably with things that you have right at home. It does not have to be the same as the story, but you can reenact the Little Blue Truck story with whatever you have. I have a little red van that went down the road. A little red van went down the road. I actually have a fence that I like to use, and I can put the barn animals around it. I've got a little cow and a horse, a little chicken. I have that goat that likes to hop the fence. If you don't have a fence, maybe you could build a fence out of blocks. You don't need a fence at all. It's however you want it to be. And I've got the rest of my little animals that I like to put out. I even have the toad, which is a tree frog here, but that's what I have and that's what I play with. And I like to tell the story. And a big old dump truck. I do have a dump truck, but you could use a garbage truck, or you could use, well, really anything at all. Any kind of car or wagon or animal. You can change the story however you want to. But I can tell the story about the little red van that said hi to all the animals. Beep, beep, beep. Quack, said the duck. Oink, said the pig. And drive it around. And then, oh, there was that big old dump truck that went so fast. Vroom, and then weren't. Oh no, stuck in the mud. And then in comes bump, 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 the little red van trying to push, push, push. And he says, beep, 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 beep. And everybody says, oh no, that nice little red van is beeping and needs help. And they all come over and try to push, push, push that truck because they want to get it out of the mud, head to head and rump to rump, the book said. And then the toad is the last one to push. Oh, they're free. And then they say, who wants to ride? And in they all can go. All in to go for a ride. I think that's everybody. Honk, honk, honk. Beep, beep, beep. And the dump truck learned a good lesson, that it's actually really important
that we be kind to each other. Right? You don't have to think that you're super important, more important than anybody else. You're just as important. Everyone is important. And we all need to help each other. He almost got into a real bad situation. But the little blue truck, in my case the little red van, led the way, showed everybody that we can all help each other. One happy little world.
Some of you might know this song. I'm just going to play a little of it. I can change the world with my own two hands, make it a better place. With my own two hands, make it a kinder place. With my own two hands, with my own two hands. I'd actually like to take you on a world tour through music. There's a video I'd like to show you of a song that is a version of that very same song, and it's done by people all over the world. And I love to watch it and I learn from it, and I think you'll love it too. So here it is.